Students, under chapter transport in plants in our last class, we have learned till passive transport. There are three types of passive transport where plant doesn't have to spend any energy in the form of ATP. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿದೌಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. Three ways already we have learned in last class. Like if one kind of molecule passes through the membrane protein in only one direction, then it is uniport. Two molecules pass in opposite direction, then it is antiport. Then if two different kinds of molecules pass the membrane protein only in one direction, then it is symport. So these are the three types of facilitated transport. Why it is facilitated? Because the molecules are facilitated by membranes. Because for passing the molecule, membrane protein will help. So next, this is what we have learnt in last class. Now we will go to next slide, where active transport, where plant has to spend energy in the form of ATP. Where you can see this red color, what they are showing is ATP here, and this is a plasma membrane, and this blue color dots are molecules. You see there. Why active transport is required? Because concentration gradient is opposite. It is not higher to lower concentration, it will be lower to higher concentration. Like I told you, if you are cycling uphill, then you have to spend more energy. So like that. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಘಟ್ಟ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಹಾಕಿ ತುಳಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಟು ಹೈಯರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ಯು ಸಿ ದರ್, that is outside the cell and this is inside the cell. Outside the cell molecules are less, concentration is less. Inside concentration is more. So from lower to higher concentration it has to move. So it has to spend energy in the form of ATP. That is why this type of transport is called uphill transport. You see here it's written. This is called uphill transport because it is against the concentration gradient. And transport rate will reach maximum when all the protein transports are being used or saturated. This is what we have learnt in last class. Means for saturation, like one kind of membrane protein can transport only certain concentration of molecules. Means once its concentration reaches, then they cannot transport. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನಿಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅದು 100% ಆದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್, more than that it cannot transport any molecule, then till that saturation point reaches, it can transport the molecule. Once saturation point reaches, then molecule cannot be transported. Okay, so next, the carrier protein is very specific. These are sensitivity inhibitors that react with protein side chains. Already we have learnt it. If you remember, already we have learnt it. So this is same thing what we have learnt in last class. So now you can see difference they are showing between three short distance transport. One is simple diffusion, other one is facilitated diffusion, and third one is active transport. In diffusion and facilitated diffusion, ATP is not required, but active transport ATP is required. ATP means energy is required. So when we compare these three, what requires property, you see there, what requires membrane proteins? Diffusion doesn't require. Facilitated diffusion requires. Active transport also requires. No, active transport also requires what we have seen in previous picture. I can show you once again. You can see here this purple color, what you see, that is membrane protein. So membrane protein is required for facilitated transport and also active transport. But for simple diffusion it is not required. Only concentration gradient, difference in concentration is enough. Then which is highly selective? Simple diffusion is not highly selective. Only concentration is important. Whichever the molecule is, ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಬಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿಲಿಟೇಟೆಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಯು ನೋ, ಅಕ್ವಾಪೋರಿನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅಲೋಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆದ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. Even active transport also, lower to higher concentration. That is also selective, because membrane proteins are involved. Membrane proteins are very selective. ಅಂದರೆ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ವಾಚ್ಮೆನ್ ಥರ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿಲಿಟೇಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್, membrane protein has capacity to transport only certain quantity of molecules. Once its saturation reaches, no more transport. ಅಂದರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸಿಗೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸಿಗೂ ಈಚ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಟ್ ರೀಚಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. 100% ಅದರ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ದಾಟಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ದೆನ್ ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪಾಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಅಪ್ಹಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೋವರ್ ಟು ಹೈಯರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್. ನೋ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನ್, ನೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಟು ಲೋವರ್. Facilitated diffusion also higher to lower, but active transport is lower to higher concentration. That's why it is called uphill transport. Then requires ATP. Simple diffusion doesn't require ATP. No. Facilitated diffusion also doesn't require ATP, but active transport requires ATP. Okay, so you can see the picture here. Next, let us see plant water relations. That is, what relation a plant has with water, or else I can change the statement. What relation water has with plant? ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಟರಿಗೂ ಏನು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದೆ ನೋಡು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಹೌ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ is not dependent on plant. Plant is dependent on water. Let us see what is that relation. We will see. Water is a universal solvent. You know, water can many molecules can dissolve in water, so it's a universal solvent. So protoplasm is a mainly water in which various molecules are dissolved and suspended. You know, protoplasm means the water content inside the cell. We call protoplasm. In the cell, you know, water will be there and some various molecules will be there, suspended molecules. Then soft plant parts are mostly made of water. You know, the flexible plant parts, ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೆಂಡ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ಆಲ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆಲನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ 92% ವಾಟರ್. ಯು ನೋ ದಿಸ್. ವಾಟರ್ ಮೆಲನಲ್ಲಿ 92% ವಾಟರೇ ಇರೋದು. ಹರ್ಬೇಷಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 10 to 15% ಡ್ರೈ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಹರ್ಬೇಷಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಹರ್ಬ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗಿಡಗಳು, ಗಿಡ ಮೂಲಿಕೆಗಳು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗಿಡ. 10 to 15% ಡ್ರೈ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಾಟರ್. Then dry seeds and woody parts also contain little water. You know, dry seeds allo little quantity of water idde irtade. Even woody parts andre hard parts of the hard stem, hard parts of the plant also contains little quantity of water. It is not 100% avoiding water. Some quantity of water will be there. That is the importance of water. A mature corn plant can absorb 3 liters of water a day. Do you believe this? Corn plant, okay, jolad gida. A corn plant per day, it can absorb 3 liters of water. Okay, that means farmer requires more water if he is growing corn. Okay, then a mustard plant absorbs water equal to its own weight in about 5 hours. This is also interesting. Mustard plant, what is sasive gida antivalla, sasive. Mustard plant absorbs water equal to its own weight. What the plant weight, what is there? Suppose a plant weighs 500 grams, that half kg. Small plant, mustard plant. Or you think 1.5 kg. Okay, then that much quantity of water, 1.5 liters of water, it can absorb in just 5 hours. Not one day. One day is 24 hours. In 5 hours, it can take water equal to its weight. That is a important relation between plant and water. Next, let us learn some important terms which they ask in NEET. Okay, plant water relation. First one is water potential. What is the meaning of this water potential? We will see now. Okay, so it is a potential energy of water. You know what is potential energy means, like stored energy. Potential energy of water is called water potential. It is a measure of ability of water molecule to move freely in the solution. Means they are talking about water potential will be based on number of free water molecules. What is free water molecule? ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ if you dissolve sugar in water, the water molecule have found bond with the sugar molecule, they are not free now, no? So like that. So number of free water molecule means only water should be there, nothing, no other chemical should be there. So it is expressed in pressure units such as pascals. So water potential, SI unit of water potential is pascals. In pascals it is measured, PA, capital P, small a. Water molecule have kinetic energy. You know water molecule, where molecule can move freely. Any moving substance acquires kinetic energy. ನಾವು ಚಲನ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಎನಿ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಕೈನೆಟಿಕ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ have kinetic energy. In liquid and gaseous form, they show random, rapid and constant motion. You know this. Water molecule has kinetic energy because water molecules will be continuously moving, okay, in liquid and gaseous form. In liquid and gaseous form, like when it is a water, liquid form, and gaseous form, when it is a vapor, water vapor after heating, that all will have a movement. No, it's rapidly, randomly they are moving. There is no particular fashion. Randomly, zigzag, here and there they are moving, okay, with a constant motion, with the same speed they are moving, not very quickly or very slowly. As the concentrated water is in a system increases, its kinetic energy or water potential also increases. Means if you compare water potential, like I will give example now. In a 3 glass you have taken different water. Like for example, in first glass you have taken pure water. Do you know what is pure water means? I'm not talking about cleanliness of water. Pure water is the water which doesn't contain any minerals in it. ಯಾವುದು ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವಾಟರ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ದರ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಮ್, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಮ್, sodium, anything might be there. Okay, that is normal water. Then third you have taken sugar solution, means sugar dissolved in water. Now you should tell me, out of these 3, which is having highest water potential? Highest water potential will be more in pure water, because, and lowest water potential is there in sugar solution, because number of free water molecule will decide water potential. Free water molecule means no other chemical is bound to it. ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಸೊ ವಾಟರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್. ದೆನ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ಸಮ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವು ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್, ನೋ? ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೀಷಿಯಮ್, ಯು ನೋ. Which doesn't contain calcium and magnesium is soft water, no? So that means calcium, magnesium might be there, or it can have other chemicals also. That means number of free water molecules are less. Suppose you think magnesium is there, the magnesium has formed a bond with water, so that water molecule is not free. As number of free water molecules decrease, water potential also decreases. See, hence pure water will have greatest water potential. See, pure water means water which doesn't contain any molecules dissolved in it. Pure water ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೂ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್. And water potential is measured with a formula, with a symbol psi W. You can see there psi W. Okay, W stands for water there, water potential. Then they are showing some interesting example there. You can see that they have taken a U-tube. Okay, U-tube, not that YouTube what you watch movies and all. This is, I'm talking about U-shaped glass tube. Okay, U-shaped glass tube, and in the center they have taken on semi-permeable membrane. With that membrane they have separated left part from right part. Left side they have taken only water, that is pure water, and here right side they have taken some solute dissolved in water. Solute means it can be salt or it can be sugar dissolved in water. That black color dots what you see, that is either sugar or salt, like that. Okay, and in between semi-permeable membrane is there. Now water molecule moves from higher energy level, higher potential to lower potential, lower water potential. Such movement of substance down the gradient of free energy is called diffusion. You know this, meaning movement of water molecule from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Why I am saying its? Because we are not talking about concentration of any other molecule except water. ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನಿಂದ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಲೋವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ವೇರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್, ದಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ number of free water molecules are highest, 100%. So water should move from where? Water should move from water towards the solute. So here sugar solution, what is there, that level of the sugar solution increases till here. The sugar solution na level ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಲ್ತದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ is highest on pure water side, water's concentration is less here. That's why they are showing pure water has highest water potential. Highest water potential is what? Zero. Zero is considered highest water potential because it is positive value. Here when solute is dissolved in it, the value goes below zero, that is considered negative. See, psi W, that is water potential, is zero, that is highest, and water potential is negative, minus. So highest water potential means zero. Okay, so water potential of pure water at standard temperature, which is not under any pressure, is zero. If no pressure is there in water, then water potential of pure water is zero. And movement of water in this U-shaped tube will happen from pure water to the sugar solution. Next, you can see this same example I am showing. Okay, here pure water is there, and here sugar solution is there, and in between semi-permeable membrane is there. What happened there? Water molecule will move from pure water towards sugar solution. So psi P, that is pressure, is zero, and psi S, that is solute potential, is zero. Then psi is equal to 0 megapascal. What is that meaning? We will see now. Okay, but before, we will not go to this directly. We will see what is the case. If a solute is dissolved in pure water, the concentration, that is free energy of water, decreases, reducing its water potential. We all know this. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಶುಗರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೀ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್, then water potential also decreases. So hence water potential of solutions is lower than pure water. Sugar solution will have, or any solution, sugar solution, salt solution, or anything dissolved in water, its water potential will be less than pure water. So magnitude of lowering of water potential due to dissolution of solute is called solute potential or osmotic potential. Andre magnitude of lowering means at what rate, at what speed. Okay, at what speed or at what quantity or what extent lowering of water potential happens. Okay, that is called solute potential. Means pure water you have taken in a glass, and you add a little quantity of half teaspoon of sugar, then you dissolve it, then water potential decreases. Then you add 1 more spoon and dissolve, then water potential decreases even lesser than that. Then you add 1 more spoon. Okay, so keep on adding sugar, then that is sugar is a solute. Keep on adding a solute, then its water potential decreases. At what rate that water potential is decreasing, that is called solute potential. Ability of the solute, ability of the sugar to decrease water potential, that is called solute potential or osmotic potential. See, solute potential is marked as symbol psi s. S stands for solute. Okay, where psi is potential. Like you have seen psi W there, water potential, where W is water, psi is potential. Okay, so psi s is always negative. Psi s is always negative because it will decrease whenever solute is added, then that will definitely decrease the water potential, it will not increase. So it will be always negative because highest water potential is 0, no? So it will decrease when you add solute. So the more the solute molecules, lower or negative is the psi s. You know, more the solute molecules means more sugar, then solute potential will decrease. So for a solution at an atmospheric pressure, water potential is equal to solute potential. So what I am saying, for a solution, any solution, sugar solution you take at atmospheric pressure, normal atmospheric pressure, water potential is equal to solute potential. Okay, so they are showing why, because here psi p, what is that? That is pressure potential is 0, pressure is 0, and psi s, that is solute potential is 0, then psi is equal to, the potential is equal to 0 megapascal. Then after movement of water, what happened there? Psi p, that is 0, but psi s was 0 here before any movement happens, but now psi s, that is the solute is added here, so that what happened? Solute is added, then what happens? It will be less than 0, it becomes minus 0.4, so potential is equal to minus 0.4 megapascal. Okay, so subtracting, you know, so the difference is minus 0.4. So remember this, always at atmospheric pressure, water potential is equal to solute potential. Psi W is equal to psi S. Now let us go to next slide. So if a pressure is greater than the atmospheric pressure is applied to pure water or a solution, its water potential increases. Means at atmospheric pressure, water potential will be normal, but when more pressure is applied, then what happens? More than the atmospheric pressure, if you apply pressure, then what happens? Either you apply pressure to pure water or a sugar solution, then what happens? Water potential increases, its capacity increases. So it is equivalent to pumping water from one place to another. Meaning the water potential will be equal to pumping water from one area to other area. Then when water enters the plant cell due to diffusion, you know this process, like root cell, like I was saying, root doesn't absorb water. Water only enters the root cell, because root cell will have a membrane, that water should enter the membrane. For that, simple diffusion happens, no? Because water is more in the soil, water is less inside the cell, so higher to lower concentration, water enters the cell. So when water enters a plant cell due to diffusion, it increases the pressure against the cell wall. So that will increase pressure against the cell wall, that is, it is pushing the walls of cell. So it makes the cell turgid. Turgid means, you know, cell will swell. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಲು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀರಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಗಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಈಗ. ಓಕೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ತದೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟರ್ಜಿಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್, psi p. ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರು ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಸೆಲ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಲ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ವಾಲ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೀಗೆ ಒತ್ತುತ್ತದೆ, ಹೀಗೆ ದೂಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ವಾಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಪುಷ್ ದ ವಾಲ್. that pressure is called pressure potential. Okay, means at what pressure it pushes, that is called pressure potential. Next, pressure potential is always positive, it cannot be negative, because pressure potential doesn't decrease, it will keep on increasing when more and more water enters, and when water goes out also it comes back to normal position, but it doesn't shrink, so it cannot be negative. So pressure potential is always positive. You see there psi p, there also it is 0 and here also it is 0. Only solute potential was 0 and here it became minus. So solute potential can decrease, but pressure potential never decreases. Okay, so though negative potential or tension in a water column in the xylem plays a major role in water transport in a stem, so always pressure will be there. That pressure is required to transport water from lower part of the plant to higher part of the plant through xylem. Andre xylem alli water, how it can move upwards, what will give pressure, that is that pressure potential. ಅಂದರೆ xylem ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 100 feet ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ some pressure is required, no? That pressure is always positive, it is not negative, so that pressure is enough to take water upwards. So water potential of a cell is affected by solute potential and pressure potential. ಅಂದರೆ water potential of any cell is affected by these two factors, that is solute potential and pressure potential. The relationship between them is water potential psi W is equal to solute potential plus pressure potential, because if these two changes, then water potential also changes. So water potential depends on solute potential and pressure potential. That is why the formula says psi W is equal to psi S plus psi P. The next is one more short distance transport. Now we have learned three short distance transport. One is diffusion, other one is facilitated diffusion, third one is active transport. Then some important terms we have learned, like water potential, solute potential, pressure potential, all that we learned. Now we have to learn one more short distance transport after osmosis, that is after diffusion we have to learn osmosis, that is spontaneous diffusion of water across differentially or semi-permeable membrane. So only one word you have to add here. Okay, that is diffusion means it is a movement of molecules from higher to lower concentration. Osmosis also same thing, but through a semi-permeable membrane, that you have to mention. You can read differentially permeable or semi-permeable. The word semi means partial, means it will allow only certain molecules to pass, not all. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಿಗೂ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so osmosis also is diffusion only. Osmosis ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ನೇ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ the higher to lower concentration occurs through semi-permeable membrane. Then cell membrane and tonoplast. You know what is the meaning of this. Cell membrane, that what you see there green color, cell wall, then cell membrane, so outer cover of the cell. Then tonoplast is a membrane of vacuole. You will ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ, that blue color what they are showing is water. Okay, the outer cover of that blue part, what you see, that is outer layer of or outer membrane of vacuole, that is called tonoplast. You already know this, I have already told you in other chapters. In cell chapter we have learnt it. They are important determinants of movement of molecules in or out of the cell. You know how much water is there in the vacuole and the membrane of the cell, they will decide whether water should enter the cell or water should exit the cell. That will be decided by those two, like vacuole and cell membrane. But the cell wall is not a barrier to movement, as it is permeable to water and substances in solution. You know, cell wall doesn't play an important role in entry of water or exit of water, because cell wall will allow any molecules to pass. It is permeable membrane, not semi-permeable. Permeable ಅಂದರೆ it permits all the molecules to pass. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ನೂ ಒಳಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್, ಅದೇ ಏನು ಅಂಥ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಲರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ನೀರಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಲ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್, ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್. vacuole or sap in large central vacuole contributes solute potential of the cell. Andre solute potential of any cell is dependent on the liquid what is there in the vacuole and what kind of molecules are dissolved in the water. ಅಂದರೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೆಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಲಲ್ಲಿರುವ ನೀರು ಮತ್ತು ಆ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. Next, osmosis, you see there they are showing two areas, solution A and solution B. Two solutions are there and they are separated by what you see there, the line is there, that is semi permeable membrane. That is one solution, solution A, this is solution B. Both are separated in the center by semi permeable membrane. Okay, so solution A has less concentration, solution B has more concentration. So what happens? Direction of osmosis, solute molecule is less. Here osmosis you have to take example not for solute, for water concentration. Osmosis is movement of water molecules from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. That's why I am saying here solute is less but water is more, number of free water is more, but here solute is more, number of free water molecules are less. So water concentration is highest in solution A, water concentration is lowest in solution B. So from water's higher concentration to water lower concentration, so it is solution A to B. That is why the water will move from solution A to solution B. Okay, so it is related to water potential, not solute potential. Osmosis is related to water potential, not solutes. So you think, I'll give example. Suppose this is solution A is water with very less sugar, and here this is water, B is water with 4 spoons of sugar more I have added. Okay, so where water concentration will be more, where sugar is less, number of water molecules will be more there. So water concentration is more here and water concentration is less here. So movement of water molecule will go from solution A to solution B. Okay, so the net direction and rate of osmosis depends on pressure gradient and concentration gradient. Means the osmosis will happen only when concentration gradient is there. Gradient means difference. So here water concentration is more, here water concentration is less. Then where pressure gradient will be more, in solution A pressure gradient will be more and here pressure gradient is less. So higher pressure gradient to lower pressure gradient it will move. Okay, so water moves from its higher chemical potential to its lower chemical potential. See, they have written its. That is why I am saying water's concentration higher to lower. Okay, so in next class we will continue learning this osmosis. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.